We're going to be making Alice from our Alice's Tea Party origami set. So we take our Alice paper, which looks like this, and we turn it to the other side so that the word top is facing up. Next, we're going to fold it in half along this vertical and crease it. You can use a ruler to crease it well. Next, we're going to bring these outside edges in towards the middle and fold it, and fold that outside edge, the right edge, towards the middle also. We're going to do the same thing again. Bring the left edge towards the middle and fold it inwards one more time. Crease it well. And do the same on the other side. Bring the right edge towards the middle, crease it. Next, we're going to unfold the entire thing, and then we're going to make accordion folds towards the middle. So about 3 folds. Starting from the left, we go 1 up, 2 to the back, that's an accordion fold, and 1 back to the front. So we do the same on this side, is 1 forward, 1 backwards, and 1 more forwards like this. Next, we're going to fold down along this top line the first 2 layers. So there's 1 layer here, and then this second layer. So we take those 2 layers and fold it down and make a little triangle tab on the left. Do the same thing on the right. So we pull down this, fold down, and press so we get a little corner. Next, we're going to do an accordion fold along these 2 dotted lines. So first, at the topmost line, we fold upwards, and then at the second line, we fold it back downwards. And again, you can use your ruler to flatten it. Next, there's 2 dotted lines running here and here along the diagonal. We're going to insert our finger to the side, and using my fingernail on this on my left hand, I'm going to put my fingernail along that dotted line and just push this, fold it over. And as I fold it over, this top part will become a triangle, and all you have to do is just squash it flat into a squash fold like this. So the same thing on this side is insert your finger here on the side and just fold it over like this, and that triangle part, you just squash it down like this. Next, we are going to do the dress of Alice, and here we have a meeting point sort of near the middle. We're going to insert our fingers between the 2 flaps, and we're going to pivot it outwards. So holding that point where we're supposed to start, we're going to pivot it outwards to this corner here and fold down and flatten. So you see here it creates a sort of upwards ridge, which is how we can flatten it. So we do the same on the other side. So we insert our finger in between the flap and pivot it outwards and flatten. So that we have a dress. Next, we're going to take a pair of scissors, and we're going to, if you turn it to the front, you can see a dark black line. We are going to cut along the dark black line to create the legs. Next, we're going to turn it back over, and we're going to do another accordion fold. There's 2 lines here on the other side that you can follow. So we go up along the topmost line and fold that, and we come back down on the second line. You might have to do it separately because of the cut, but once it's finished, it should match up like this. Next, we're going to start the legs by folding along this dotted line to the left to create one of the legs, and at the same time push down the top part to create that tiny little triangle like that squash fold we did earlier. So we do another one on the right, and as you do that, a little triangle will appear, and you just squash that down like that. Okay, next we're going to finish off the legs and dress by folding one time along that dotted line and a second time along the second dotted line. And once we folded it at about here, you keep the top part loose, and once it's it pops out like that, you can push it down and push it outwards so that it flattens into a sort of poofy dress like this. So the same thing on this side is you fold it once along the dotted line and a second time, and we don't fully flatten our dress up here. We pull down the top like this, and then we push it over to the left like that and flatten it. And then you can turn your Alice over, and she's basically finished, but a nice little fun thing to do is you can make her sit. So you can fold her in half at the middle point and sit her up, and then fold her legs downwards like this, and you can have her sitting like that.